Our journey today brings us to J&P meat processing. Here, we will be learning about the art and process that goes into butchering. We will be learning about this place from Miss Peters along with her daughter, Savannah Peters. For a very long time, this place has been run by their family, and we are excited to hear about it.
So 48 years ago, Ellis and Rachel, which is the grandparents, and Billy and Ida Mae, which is the parents, went together and built this place and started running it. So my husband was 2 when they was building it. And so of course he grew up helping in here as a kid. It was just a way that they knew how to make a living. So they enjoyed it, so they started doing it. And they had several employees. A lot of their church people would it was a typical thing for a lot of the young kids to work here for a couple years when they was first starting jobs. But that was more normal back then. Kids did a lot more of that type of stuff.
It has been hard for the business to get young kids to do this kind of work due to the amount of manual labor. This has led the business to stop doing custom animals because of the high demand of labor and the long days that come with doing an entire animal. The help of machines is tremendous, but not enough for what is demanded in the process. J&P Meat Processing has gone into doing more retail, as that provides the meats to come in bags pre-cut from the whole, cutting down on time and labor. This also allows them to do it easier as a family and not need as many employees. Which brings us to ask if any of her kids want or will be taking the business over in the future.
They don't mind helping some, but no, none of them want to do this for a job.
This led me to ask if this was a dying art.
Yes, because part of it is, I think, that just the way America is, they get into everything being so big, so that everything goes through factories. And so a lot of this stuff can be done by machines now in big enough factories, and they can do so much more at a time and get that demand out there to everywhere. And so yes, it definitely, this part of it is definitely, and it definitely is an art that takes a talent to do it good. I mean, anybody can chop one up, but not everybody can do it right. I mean, unless you learn. But yes, I think it's very sad that it is a dying art. I love the fact that it is a bigger thing that families still do a lot of on their farms and stuff. And I love that about it because, up in Ohio where I was from, that was unheard of. People didn't just butcher their own pigs in the winter. And down here, that's pretty common. I think it's nice. It's nice that people know where the stuff comes from. It's nice that, I don't know, you have a deeper appreciation for food and for things when you know what goes into it. It is quite amazing. Sometimes just watching my husband, he is very talented at knowing exactly where everything is and how to do stuff. And he can just, I mean, he's done it for a lot of years, but it definitely takes a talent.
The daughter, Savannah Peters, then wanted to show me her favorite process to do, which was using the machine they call the stuffer. She showed me how it worked and gave me an idea of how it looked put together. I was then told about the taper and how this was one of her least favorites, due to the accidentally cutting her finger on it. I was then brought through the process of how bacon was made, which starts with a fresh belly side that is then rubbed with liquid smoke and a dry bacon cure, where it will then be put in the cooler for 4 to 5 days. The cure will then be washed off and it'll be put back into the cooler for a day or two to dry out. The meat is then sliced with the help of a machine and neatly organized and packaged. The final step is vacuum sealing the packages. Through my time here and being with these wonderful people, I've learned a lot from this experience. A lot goes into what we eat. We don't ever really know how much effort and time goes into it. Many think it's disgusting, but it's a way of life that supplies life, and it's an absolute necessary that we need. If we didn't have these people around, we wouldn't have the wonderful bacon and hamburger that we know and love today. We wouldn't even have all the ham that we eat on Christmas or the turkey we have on Thanksgiving. We'd have to do it ourselves, and these people do it for us, which is an honor in its own. We should really appreciate more what goes into what we eat and where it comes from and what we get from it. These people do a lot for us, and they deserve a huge round of applause and appreciation. So remember that next time you eat.